everyone, welcome back. I'm Sid,
I'm Tay.
and today we are going to be reacting to Starglow for the first time. We're going to, although Starwish quite literally just came out for us and for everybody, we are going to do Moonchaser right now so that we can wait until all the videos that we want to react to for Starwish, which really is just like a dance practice, are out, and then we'll probably do that next, I'm assuming, because I'm really excited about it.
Yes. It's very good. I've already listened to it. Sid's obviously already listened to it. Also, very excited to say that I ordered their debut single because they had it available in America
Yes!
in a retailer that I have purchased from before.
Yes,
So,
good retailer. They've been in the game a long time, so
yes.
they're a good store. I can't believe Starglow is debuted now.
Yeah, literally as of 9 o'clock this morning for me, and what was it, 10 o'clock for you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how time zones work.
Yep. Japanese to North
I'm
American.
excited to listen to, yeah. I'm excited to listen to the other songs that are on the single that aren't out for us yet, that will be out at midnight for me, 11 p.m. for you.
Yep.
Yay!
I'm very
I love
excited.
Starglow.
I'm so excited. I'm so emotional, dude.
If anybody's curious, I mean, they're probably curious, but like, if anybody doesn't already know, I am a Taiki Oshi. It's will become very obvious.
Somehow I have again picked the most popular ones. Kanon and Rui are my Oshis for Starglow.
Real. Real. I just love Taiki. Like, that's my son. That's my little guy. But I like them all. I like the five of them. And
Of
I love
course.
Moonchaser. Actually, before we watched the music video, I have to say Moonchaser was, even though it came out late in the year, was one of my most listened to songs last year on my Wrapped because of how many times I listened to it after it came out. Which is crazy because there was only like 2 months, maybe 1 month of like tracking for that to actually happen. I listened to it like bajillion times.
Yeah, without any further delay, it is time for Moonchaser, the music video.
Yippee!
3, 2, 1, go.
Yay! When
Rui.
this music video first came out, it made me cry.
I haven't seen it yet.
You're in for a treat. Oh my god, he's so pretty. Oh my god, I've watched this video way too many times. Oh, I love that camera, the old camera shot. Oh no, bro's crying. And that's so real. I told you you'd be in for it.
They're so stupid.
I love how short Taiki is. The puzzle piece.
I know Ron Sensei's been working with them. Their facial expressions are great.
I love this video for that. It's very artistic.
Oh, I love these outfits.
Yeah, these were, like, by and large, everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
I love a warm brown palette. Put those away.
Yeah.
In the order that they joined the company, you know?
Yep. Taike's so cool, dude.
I know, man. I'm remembering how much I love this song. Oh.
Oh my god. Oh, I like how they do the ending credits here instead of the usual.
Yeah, all like arced.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I've been listening to the song since it came out in the States. So I mean, it's such a good song and it's so catchy. It gets in my head, like I think of the song and it gets stuck in my head.
Yeah, you just have to think of one line and then you're like, "Oh, now the whole song is playing in my head right now."
I did want to say I thought about this while I was watching because I thought it was funny. So like a couple days ago, I saw somebody shared a tweet in the server about like J Unity tweeting like about how Beef were like, "Oh, we're cool, but we can be silly too," and Mazel being like, "Oh, we're silly, but we can be cool too." Taking that and applying that to them, to Starglow, it's like 100% cool and silly at the same time. Like they're just
Yeah.
the same.
That's why I think I really like this video, is because it's like really serious and also really unserious at the same time, which is so perfect for them.
They did a really like cool thing in my opinion where they would show like there would be like a scene like where they were being goofy and then it would cut to them like dancing like super serious and super cool and then it would cut back to them being stupid. I think
great.
I think that was really really cool.
Also, I don't know if you caught it, the beginning, everyone's like individual scenes were all like kind of referencing like what they were doing before they decided to become an artist. So like Kanon's with school and like Adam with the soccer and like stuff like that. I just think it's very cute. Oh, and the flyer that Rui was holding in the beginning saying 2021 and then flash to the end and the flyer that he's holding is the Starglow like debut. It's like,
dude,
cinema. That's cinema. I love them.
Oh my god. Yeah, I a couple of notes and I have similar feelings about Adam in this song as I do with Starwish. But we'll talk about Starwish when we do that video. I like his lower register better, and even like the mid, like not necessarily like a low register for him, but like a middle, like right before he gets to the higher notes. I like how he sounds there, but I do really hope that he works on the nasality that he has going on when he gets up there, because it's like he is hitting the notes, but I can tell that he's singing in his nose.
Yeah.
And that's not
Yeah, I
sustainable.
agree. Yeah. I like his tone. I like when he adds like a bit of grit to his
Yes.
tone, or like a little bit of scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can like really learn how to do that like well and healthily, I think that would be really good for his voice. But I agree, he's got like a on his like upper mix and into his head voice is like very nasal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like I don't know if it's intentional or if it's because he can't hit those notes without doing it, but um I guess we'll see what happens as they keep putting out songs. And also we haven't listened to the other two
True.
songs on the single, so it could be different in those two, but we'll see.
And I'm not, normally we have nothing but good things to say about like members, but like we don't know Adam that well. We met Adam through, well, I met Adam through the last piece. Sid hasn't watched all of it yet. Um, caught. um, so I don't know him all that well. However, I do want to say that when I first met Rui and when I first met, and I mean, like, when we watched Fess, like, over a year ago at this
Mhm.
point, and when I first met, like, some of the Be First boys, I could tell that they had things to work on. But by the time we were watching them, like, when they were first starting out, I knew that they had improved. So we're basically
Yeah,
at that point
exactly.
with Adam, but he just hasn't had that growth period yet. I
Yeah,
was
this is the
hoping
first time that oh yeah, you finish.
I was hoping that I would see a little bit more growth from the finale of the last piece to, Moonchaser and to Starwish, but it kind of is a short time. It's only a few months,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's got plenty of time to grow. Um, I just want to put out there that I hope for more for him. I think he can
Mhm.
reach those notes no problem without using his nose. I think he just needs to work at it more because it's not like he can't
Yeah.
hit those notes. He's hitting them.
Mhm.
It's up here instead of like up here.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Um yeah, I mean, oh, that's what I was going to say. I forgot briefly, but I remembered. Um this is the first time that we get to react to a group like as they're debuting, like when we reacted to Beef and to Mazel and etc. Like we're watching them already at a certain point in their career. So like we're looking at the old stuff, but like obviously we know where they've come from there already.
Mm-hmm.
But like even like you were saying, like when I was watching uh the last piece, or not the last piece, when I was watching the first, Lord, brain not work. When I was watching the first, I remember like Rui and Taiki really pissing me off. Like I remember the
Children.
first time I watched that, I was like, these are definitely two 13-year-old boys that need to have some sense knocked into them and also grow a little bit. Um, so obviously I know Adam's not 13, but
No.
in
Isn't
the same
he
vein,
isn't he
he's
one of
the
the
oldest, is he
oldest?
not?
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
it's either
I
him
think
or
he is the
Canon.
oldest.
No, Canon's still 19, right?
Uh yeah.
I think he's still 19 for a couple
Canon,
months. His
yeah.
birthday's in
Yeah,
April, right?
Canon is a yeah, and he's an '06 and Adam's an '05. So, yeah. Adam's the oldest. Um but yeah, it's just like when you come off the end of the show, of course like a lot of growth happens right after the show, right up to your debut, but like I think the first one, two, three eras
Mm-hmm.
are going to be like, well, okay, I'm mirrored. So,
Yes.
an
We
upward trajectory.
Yeah. Um, and the other thing to consider also with Adam is that he's also in a group with four boys who have been training with BMSG for
Mhm.
at least a year.
Yeah.
I don't remember when Goichi joined.
I don't remember either, but it's been a long time. He was
It
like
was
one of
around the
the
same time
first.
as Canon, right? Or was it before Canon?
Um, no, it was after,
After.
but I don't remember. Like, I don't remember how long. It's been a long time because I think him and Kyrie were some of the first
Mm.
trainees to like join on. I'm not positive though. We'll have to get fact checked on that.
Yeah, so like
But he's been there for a long time.
it's been at least a year, if not closer to two, for the rest
Hmm.
of them, if not more. So it's like 1 to 2 years plus. Because like Rui and Taiki have been
Yeah,
around for 4 years.
4.
4 years.
Yeah, about.
So they've had 4 years worth of training under BMSG and like working with like the older groups and like getting advice from them and stuff like that. Not just that, but with Sky High as well.
And I mean, like, performing at Fest too, like they've had like a lot of big opportunities.
Yeah, and Rui Tainan had what, like a whole EP or something with with Eddie, and was Yuhei also on that, or was that just 14th Syndrome?
That was just 14th Syndrome, and the little EP was just Eddie, Rui, and Taiki. But then Rui, Taiki, and Kanon had the Forked Road EP that came out.
That's right. 2 different ones.
And then also like the trainee showcase and etc., all that kind of stuff. So
I still think about their SMS cover.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And they all picked parts that we didn't expect them to pick, but we said that in the video that we watched that in.
Where we cried. I cried again now, but
the way I didn't even notice because I was so locked in on the video until I heard you sniffle and I was like, oh no.
I was trying to be quiet. I was like, no, I can fight it. No, I can fight it.
I heard the sniffle and then I looked down and I saw you covering your face and I was like, oh, it's over.
Dude.
We're done.
And then they hit us with
I mean, it makes sense.
With the clips from the first, and I didn't pay attention the whole time. Yeah, I didn't pay attention the whole time, so I missed Canons and did Goichi have one?
No.
Okay. So I missed Canons, but I saw Taiki and Rui and I was like, you cannot do this to me, bro.
You can't do this to us. Yeah, honestly, I forgot about, like, when I said, oh, you're gonna have to get ready, I completely forgot that was in there. So that was just an extra layer of gotta get ready.
No, but it was great. It's such a great song. I've been listening to it. I think I've added it to every playlist since it came out. Like, I have monthly playlists.
Yeah, me too.
For those of you who don't know, I got the idea from Sid from last year, but
oh, yeah, we both make like a monthly playlist of like the songs that we're listening to that month, or like new releases or stuff that is just coming back around. And sometimes a song will come out 1 month and be in that playlist and then be like, oh well, I have to keep it because I'm listening to it so much, and it moves to the next one, and it moves to the next one, and it moves to the next one. And you're like, damn, I've been listening to this song for 6 months.
What's funny is that for Moonchaser, I did that the first time, so it went from the one playlist to the next playlist because I was like listening to it all the time. But then the playlist after that and the playlist after that, I added them like when I was in the middle of the month because I was like, no, I need to listen to this again. This needs to be a part of my rotation again.
Yeah, that's actually, I think, in the same vein, I think Stare and Wonder has been in every monthly playlist since it came out for me. Stare and Wonder.
Justice for Stare and Wonder. Justice for Stare and Wonder, bro.
I love that song. I love that song. I love that dance. We have a whole video about it. Oh my god. This is like this is one of my favorite. I think this is like in my top 5 of BMSG releases of last year. This song.
I was about to say Starglow or Stare and Wonder. Comfortably. Both.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
In your top 5. Both in your top 5.
I think Moonchaser, Stare and Wonder. I don't know.
Maybe, My Body for me.
Maybe,
bro, they put crack in that
that's a good
song.
one. Yeah. The way it went backwards that time too, with Kanon first and then Taiki and then Rui.
So good. Okay. So, a couple things that I noticed this time that I didn't notice last time is, like with Forked Road, they did a lot of playing with like lightness and darkness. So like for half of it, they're like in the darkness and stuff, and then like when they first go, like when they're in the white outfits, and then Rui turns around when he sees the light coming, like spilling from the back, he turns around, and then it's like a horizon, and there are new outfits, and they're dancing in a really bright space. And to me, that felt like representation of like pre-debut, before they knew exactly where they're like. This might just be like me being a BMSG glazer, but like when when I know that there are artists at BMSG, I'm like, even if you're a trainee, like I know you're gonna get your debut, because like
Yeah.
it's
Well, they
not.
do have that like in the they say if you stick with the training program at BMSG, you will debut eventually. Nobody's going to be
Ah,
like aged out. Like that's like a thing.
okay. I
So yeah.
thought that was just a sentiment that BMSG like had, not that it was like a real thing. But
I'm pretty sure
even better.
at least, but carry on.
Even better. So they did a bit of that with Forked Road, and us watching that was like right after they performed it at Fest last year. And that was a huge deal, because like you know, when we did that video, it was right after it was announced that the last piece was happening. So there was some.
Yeah, because that was on the last day of Fest that
Yeah.
they said that Fest 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Which
That's crazy.
we watched their performance on like day 2 or whatever it was. Chanting said it in the comments, and I
Yeah,
forget.
I think they were all day 2.
Um, but again, with the light and the dark, and like it symbolizing, to me it seems like it was symbolizing like pre-debut, and like not having that like concrete certainty. And then boom, they're all in a group, dressed up like, you know, like artists, performing
Like
artists.
idols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that because like
They're in a weird space in between.
yeah, it's like a weird in between. Um, and then again, closer to the end, uh, where they're in their like idly outfits, dancing in the dark, and then you just see the darkness like fly away. It's like being torn down, and all of a sudden it's bright again. So
yeah, yeah. I like the use of spotlights and like how much the spotlight was like, well, that's the moon they're chasing, and then by the end they're like on the moon.
yep,
Basically, it's
Moonchasers.
fantastic. I love it. Exactly, and we're putting the pieces together. The last pieces.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many horrible corny jokes can we make in one video?
At least one.
Uh
Oh, which ones were your favorite outfits? The brown ones?
yes.
I think I really like the like wispy white ones, but the brown ones are probably I mean the brown ones are like the most practical, but like the wispy white ones are like really ethereal. I like them. They don't even seem real.
I think I like the white ones the least. I think I like the black outfits over the white outfits, but I also really happen to like when they in this like section right here in the middle where they're shooting in black and white. I think that's
Yeah,
what
it does
sold
like
the
up
black
the
outfits for me, because in the regular lighting in the black outfits, I'm like, okay, yeah, those are black outfits, but in the black and the white, it
yeah.
looks so crisp.
Yeah, yeah, that's very fair. And I think that the last thing I wanted to say about the music video is I said it when we were watching it the first time, but I love the like old camcorder type
Yep.
shots. Like I love that shit. Like I don't know if it's supposed to be representative of everything of anything or like whatever, but I think it's just a cool choice stylistically. I always love
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I guess if you think about it, talking about a little bit about Starwish before the video comes out, the song starts like that too. It starts like filtered that it kind of sounds like it's coming out of a radio or something like that. So like I wonder if that's going to be something they keep exploring.
Yeah,
Which
like the
hey, I'm down
old
for.
speaker popping.
Yeah, yeah, I love stuff like that. A lot of my favorite songs have some kind of element like that in it, like old songs. I'm specifically thinking of Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here. But whatever.
So this is the dance practice. For those of you who are watching at home, we have the descriptive audio on.
Yes.
So that's what we're going
Because
with.
we know they act silly in this video. And also because it's more interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
He's so stupid. I hate them. I hate them. Me in high school.
Dancer.
Can I also say how much I love this studio?
Adam.
Oh, you can just change the color of the wall of the lights on the wall. That's insane.
Bro, your
I love
color's
that.
green.
Yeah, that's why we're both wearing green, and it definitely wasn't just an accident.
Rui looks like such a freak, bro. Slash
I love him.
positive.
He's so tall. Yeah, people have to get used to the fact that we say things that sound so negative, but we
Yeah.
mean them with the utmost love in our hearts. Like every time I say ew when I think someone's attractive. It's fine.
The cowbell?
Yeah, I gotta time them in. It's probably what plays in their in-ears. I love this choreography.
I can tell that Taiki goes to Sota for like dance advice because of the amount of control he has over his movements.
Yeah, as soon as you said I can tell that Taiki, I knew exactly what you were gonna say. And like the problem I have with Sota, I get sucked into only watching Taiki when I watch their dance practices.
Yeah, I
try
found
my best to
myself
watch
doing
everyone, but he's just so good. He's exactly like my style of dancer that I like.
I think Rui looks really good when he dances too. His style kind of reminds me of Monato's.
Yeah, I can see that.
Cannon's is really clean too.
Yeah, Kenon is just like clean and like by the move, like he's just like he's executing it
Takuto.
properly. Yeah, exactly. Takuto with a little less experience. Ugh, my god. I love that part. I like how they like text paint with the choreography.
Yeah. Rui.
Like he is not serious.
I was expecting it to be a little bit more chaotic based off of what you were saying. Okay, here it is.
Oh, it oh, it gets there. They hold it together for like 2/3 of the video.
I really thought Goichi was about to hit us with the one chance.
Oh, I love that little jump kick.
Oh, there
Yeah,
we go.
this is what I'm.
Nope.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Not like I wanted to see the choreography or anything. It's very charming though. Ugh. They scream.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, actually it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Because you were saying it not to, you know, expose you to everybody who's watching us right now, but
Not to out me.
but you were saying it pissed you off a little bit because you were really interested in like watching them dance, and it was more goofy than what your tastes, you know, are.
Yeah.
I found it perfectly fine. Like that little break where they were all like being goofy and stuff, like fucking love that.
Yeah. I think it's because when I first watched it, I was coming off the back of watching the performance video, and I watched the performance video, and it's so good and they're so clean, but there's some angles at specifically in the end parts that I'm like, "Oh, I wish I could have seen that better." And then I was anticipating being able to see it better in the dance practice, and then when I was watching the dance practice, they were not nearly as clean as they were in the performance, which I mean makes sense. They're different types of videos. But I was like, I really like this choreography. I literally downloaded the video, mirrored it myself, re-downloaded it, and was playing it 8 million times so that I could learn at least the hand choreography in my chair in my room by myself.
Yep.
So like I I wanted the whole dance to be clean so bad. But do they have fun and are they cute doing it? Yes. So I'm not going to be mad at them.
Maybe
It's
in the
also
live.
a pre-debut, so yeah, exactly.
Maybe we'll get to see it better in the live, which we'll be
Yeah.
doing. There's been a few Fest 2025 stages posted, so we have plans to do those separately from everything else.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
So that is also coming at some point.
Yeah, eventually.
Unless you caught anything that I'm just missing, I didn't see anything that seemed like not. I don't want to say not noteworthy, but like nothing that really stood out. Like it was a very cohesive like choreography for the dance. A lot of
Yeah.
it matched up with the music video. I liked some of the kicks and stuff that they had. I think I do like because there's one part in the music video where Canon jumps over a couple of them and like kicks into the camera. He didn't do that. He'd had one where it was him and somebody else doing a kick, and then all 5 of them did a kick at the end, which is where I think Canon had the kick by himself in the music video, but I'm not sure.
He has a kick. It was probably just like a really good camera trick. But he has a kick where he's actually like behind everybody and they like open up and he like jumps and kicks, and I'm assuming they just like really zoomed in on him for that.
Possibly.
But that's before him and Goichi jump over. I think it's him and Goichi, but I'm not sure. Jump over everybody else that's crouching down.
But yeah. Super cool.
Man, I love it. I think the choreography fits really nicely. It's like a nice mix of like flowy and like sharp. Obviously watching everybody has a different style. We were talking about that during the video. Rui is like fluid but grounded, and like Taiki is really sharp and controlled. Like he knows exactly how to move his body, which is very Sota of him. Kenon does stuff by the books. I need to watch Goichi and Adam more to like know what their particular dance quirks are. They're both executing well.
Yeah.
But yeah. My eyes always go to Taiki.
Yeah.
So
nobody seemed out of place.
I never ended up paying attention. Oh, for sure.
So that's
they all definitely fit each other. Yeah. I was worried with them just being 5 that like, you know, maybe somebody would stick out negatively or somebody would stick out positively and it wouldn't be cohesive, because you know with 5 everybody gets more parts, right? So if you have 5 and you're like, oh, that guy has more parts and he's way better than everybody else, or that guy has a lot of parts and he's not pulling his weight, it's like, damn, that sucks. But I think for this they're quite well balanced.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. Like the execution was there, the energy was there, a little bit too much there. They just had to get it out.
Oh, I'll get them. But sure, I'm sure they're gonna have a stable dance practice for Starwish.
We'll see.
We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe this will be like their thing going forward and I'm gonna have to die. But that's okay. I'll get over it, surely.
I do like how they did cuz like with 5 their formations are gonna be pretty predictable because there's only so much you can do with 5.
Mhm.
But I do like that they played with like the inverse like you know, if they were a V going this way with the point out this way, at one point they did it the opposite way at another point.
Mhm.
Um
They do it with the W and the M formation
yeah.
too, you know, like sometimes it's the point is back, sometimes it's forward. I like this is kind of going back to the music video and a little bit to the performance video which we didn't watch, but I like how they have formations that kind of open them up in that V to the side and then the camera shot is like from an angle from the side, you know what I mean? And then they do that from both sides. I think that's also a really cool effect. And I like a lot of they use a lot of camera shots from up top.
Mm.
I like that too. Like a lot of obviously it's Moonchaser, right? So like a lot of reaching motif, and I like
Right.
that.
Am I correct in thinking that they've done like top-down views for some of the Starglow labs already? Don't Taiki and Goichi and Rui have one separately? Taiki and Goichi, Rui separate. I
I
know
haven't
that they
watched them
have
enough to
them.
know about the camera angles, but you're probably correct. It would make sense. I think definitely Rui's does. I don't know about the Goichi Taiki one
Rui's makes sense
because
because
Rui's
his
is like
song,
dance focused.
yeah, his song is also "You Should See Me in a Crown," which like
Hmm.
it just makes sense for a song like that.
Yeah, I watched the Goichi Taiki rap cipher a bunch of times, but for some reason cannot bring it to the forefront of my memory. I think I just like watched it and then was like, okay, cool, and then like put it away in a box in my head, and now I can't access it anymore.
I don't think I watched Taiki and Goichi's. I think I just kind of like skimmed it because I wasn't sure if it was something that we were gonna do a video for. But for Rui's, I was just seeing clip after clip after clip, so I couldn't really escape that
Yep,
one.
that's gonna happen with Rui. I fear for the rest of existence.
Yeah.
He is their number one Oshi record guy.
And then this is just more about like their dynamic as a group because like as we said earlier, this is our first time watching a group at their debut. Like we're here during their debut, not just like watching after the fact. I'm very, very glad that Adam seems to like fit right in. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, like, Boss would not have chosen a guy that does not fit in with the group, but I was worried.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, I haven't watched the last piece yet. So I don't know about anybody's dynamics during the show. But I know it's got to be hard for a guy to come into like a completely new situation and just be like, uh, you guys are debuting in less than 6 months. Get it together. Like, you gotta be really open of a person to just be like, yeah, sure, I'll get a debut with these guys and it'll be great. Especially as someone who has to work on himself more, like vocally and like dance wise too. So like the fact that he's just like taking it in stride is great. I hope it keeps going.
I want to say with Adam specifically, he was one of the older participants, especially in the later rounds. So they were surrounded by a bunch of like new guys. Like I want to say all the way up until like the last 2 or 3 rounds, or like you know eliminations, whatever. Um, and the younger ones kind of like flocked to him a little bit, so I feel like he was able to like kind of feel more at ease because it's like I don't know. Once you have people who are like coming to you and like even if it's not for
Yeah.
like advice on how to do better in the audition, but just because like you're an older brother figure, you feel a little bit more comfortable and you can kind of like make connections with people easier. So, I feel like
Hmm.
that was a factor in Adam's journey on the last piece. Um so it probably helped him to get to know the other 4 better.
Hmm.
On
Yeah,
top of them doing
and
the
that makes
audition show
sense.
together.
Well, of course, yeah. Obviously, yeah. If he was the youngest, which sorry, Taiki, you're gonna have to be the youngest forever. Um, Like, if he was the youngest, it definitely would have been a lot harder. So I'm glad that, he was at least not as awkward as it could be.
Yeah.
But I mean, our guys are pretty open guys, so it makes sense that they can all get along easily.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's all I have to say really about everything. You got
Me too.
anything? You're good? All right.
Nope, I'm good.
Well, thank y'all for hanging out with us as always. I hope you liked the video. Sid also hopes you liked the video. I need to stop doing that.
That's okay. I also hope you like the video.
It'll be out soon. That doesn't mean anything to you, but
Because
you know
when
what?
you see this, it'll be out.
You know what? Starwish will be out soon. There we go.
There we go. There we go.
But yeah, thank y'all for everything. We are doing pretty okay on the schedule that we set for ourselves. I'm very proud of us. It's only been 2 posts. 1 post.
Mm-hmm.
Working on the second one.
1 post and one in the pipe. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're already recording this one.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing pretty good, even with us being really busy with our, different life activities going on. But yeah, anything you want to say to us, any suggestions, let us know if you want to see something more than other stuff. Because we've mentioned doing Soloist and Hana and more Starglow. If there's one that you want to see more than anything else, comment. We'll boop it up. We'll boop.
Yes.
Boop? We'll bump it up.
Yeah, we'll boop it up. Yeah.
Anyway, we will see you guys in the next one. And take care of yourselves.
Goodbye.